I am live. Yay, we are live.
Ooh.
So hopefully that's going to work out better now.
Well, we've been live for a minute, so maybe people have been hearing us say, where do we press?
Hello.
It's saying live for a minute.
So, sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with my phone, my camera, everything. It's just got a bit AWOL. It said go live.
Hi.
This is Agatha Alice. This is myself and the lovely Jack from his group. Hello. I think I haven't seen comments. I haven't seen comments yet coming up. So if anyone wants to comment and say hi, I'll see if they.
I can see Catches there already.
I don't know how to see who's there. See?
Yeah. Do you want me to put the comments up?
Yeah, if you want it, that would be really helpful.
I don't mind.
You can
I think I can put them up. Actually, I don't think I can put them up on the screen, but I can tell you about them. It's not letting me put them on the screen.
Well, if I see any comments, then that'd be great.
And Katya said, no, we didn't hear you wondering about how to go live.
I don't know where the comments have gone, but you might have told me like this. Aha, I'm going to have to do it like that, I think.
Okay, because you can see the comments now, yeah?
Yeah, I can see the comments now.
We've got a few people like here now. We've got Pat.
We've got Katja, Pat, and there you go. Hello, Pat. Hello, darling. Right, so yes, I can see it now. I don't know why it's not doing it when I turn my camera around the other side.
I don't use it on my phone, so I don't know where.
I used to be able to do it like that, and it would work. So let me just try and do it there. There. See if it works there. I can't see it then. No, I can't see it.
You're fine upright, Em. That's fine like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to actually have to hold it rather than. Actually, no, I haven't. I've worked out I can do it like that on my phone. Chris has given my darling. Hi, Cheryl as well. My darling my mum actually gave me a new phone stand, and it actually like selfie stick, and it actually means I can twist it around, so I can actually do it that way. So Cheryl's here as well, and Angela's here, and Berna's here. Yay!
Hi everyone.
It's so exciting.
Very exciting.
I think I'll move it a bit closer to myself actually. Angelique, hello, welcome everyone. So yes, sorry about this all the faff. I haven't done a live in a few months actually.
You'll get right back into it. You'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Everything's fine. Hi Michelle. Michelle's joined because obviously Michelle did the last one with us, last live with me, and she was brilliant. Oh, it's lovely to see you all. I'm sorry guys, I couldn't do it in January. January was just a bit of a faff month, and as Jack's been reminding me, because she's a great friend, that I don't need to get stressed. For me, kind of at the moment, it's going to work out doing them every 2 to 3 months. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in March, because March I'm doing a readathon for the Brontes. You guys are getting a sneaky peek at that. Jack already knew, obviously, because that's one of the advantages of being my friend. And then May, I can't do one because I've got the spoonies and I've got my operation in May. So I'm not going to push myself for that. So what I'm going to be doing is we'll probably do one at the end of April. I think I've convinced Charlie to do it at the end of April. But Charlie, I know Charlie's got a readathon, so it might be that I beg someone else. If anyone else wants to volunteer to do it with me. I know Katie had agreed to do one, but Katie's doing something else with me. So
I'm sure you'll have plenty of people who would love to talk to you about Agatha.
Yeah, it is fun. I wanted to do this because obviously it's also nice doing this with you, Jack, obviously because you're one of Alice's best friends as well. So I think that's kind of another sentimental reason why I wanted to do it with one of our group, because obviously we knew that she loved this. I actually have taken notes this time. You'll be proud of me. So I know Berna's going to be able to help me because Berna remembers what Alice thought of all the books. But I did want to. I went onto Storygraph and checked what she rated them as well as what I rated them, because I thought that'd be quite interesting.
Interesting. This will be interesting.
It was actually interesting to look, but it was also like interesting because I've like gone through her ratings of the next 3 books as well as the ones that I've just read.
Right.
And it turned out when I was looking at that, what I hadn't realised is that I actually have already read The Peril of Endhouse, which is this month's book. I read it last year.
Is that no? I'm thinking of one. I was going to say, isn't that one of the first? What's it ones? But I'm thinking of something else entirely. I'm really bad at Agatha Christie, apart from the fact that I spent my entire childhood watching Miss Marple films and Poirot. My mum was obsessed. So it's surprising that I didn't read more Agatha Christie growing up.
See, I think I never got into Agatha until I spoke to Alex. Like, this was... God, do you remember when she started telling... We were friends for so long.
I read I read Sparkling Cyanide when I was a teenager because we had an old copy of it, and my mum had these Reader's Digest editions of, I think, the ABC Murders, like the famous ones, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
editions, which I never picked up, which is mad because I went through a huge phase of detective stories when I was a kid because I loved the Famous Five, and then I loved Nancy Drew and things like that. And so I went through this kind of mystery phase, and then I read one Agatha Christie, and I don't think I read any more. And I don't know why I didn't go through a big Agatha Christie phase, because it's the sort of author that I would love when I was younger,
Yeah, definitely.
because I really like plots and fast-paced things. And I tell you what, it's really given me is like I only read one of the novels that we're going to talk about, just so everybody knows. I read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd.
I don't think
Murder
everyone's
of
read
Roger
all of them. Don't
Ackroyd.
worry.
Not The Murder of Roger Ackroyd.
That was what I was
I
like.
keep trying to want to say. But I've only read that one. There's the ones we're going to talk about. So no spoilers for the others, please. But
We're not going to give spoilers at all. I'm not going to give spoilers. I'm really determined not to.
Well, basically, I read that one, and I was just reading it, and I've got a student at the moment who I do writing with, like creative writing. She's trying to write a murder mystery. She's a big fan of Agatha Christie, so I was talking to her about it, and we're trying to plot one at the moment. And I'm like, I have absolute respect for how amazingly clever that woman was. My
I
God,
know, she's amazing.
absolutely, like the number of characters, the like how you put it all together, all the different timelines, then how you present it, and and all the different clues and the red herrings, and I'm just like, woof, really, really, yeah, really fascinating.
I totally agree with you. See, obviously, I know, like looking at it, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd is. I'm just checking to see if there's no new comments. Is my favourite out of the ones we've read so far. But obviously, on my own, my favourite still is Five Little Pigs, which was Alice's favourite.
I have Five Little Pigs to read on my Kindle because of Alice, because it was like her favourite, and it's one of my Southwest Stories project ones.
Well, then do you know when you should read it? Then we're reading it in June for Alice's birthday month.
There we go, for Joy Reading June, which is
yes,
what I'm
Joy
doing.
Reading June. I've literally said, like I said to you guys on the last live, I'm doing Joy Reading June, apart from the fact that obviously I love my seasonal books, and I think if I have a buddy read and my classic, those sort of set ones. But other than that, I'm Joy Reading. But
yeah, Joy Reading in June.
Yes, because we're doing that in honour of her. So we wanted to do things, but Angela's only read that one as well. So no spoilers, Jack. But I will say, like, I think I was messaging Berna as well at the time of this, because I said, obviously, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, I rated 5 stars, and I know our lovely Jem rated it 5.
Right, but
Jem read it and rated it 5, and I think Charlie read it and she rated it. Don't go do reading that one in June. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. We wanted to do her proud, darling. So that one was like amazing. Cheryl was lovely. It's our Cheryl that we met.
No, I said, how are you, Cheryl? I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you're okay. Yes,
yeah,
we're going to be doing lots of stuff in June for Alice, I imagine.
Yeah, we will do, and I think that's the point, is keeping her, like, this is why I wanted to do this project, was keeping her alive, and this is why I also went and checked her ratings. But I didn't see Berna or Cheryl. Can you guys tell us? Do you know if they do it with mirrors? Because we on Storygraph, she didn't share her rating, so I can't remember if she thought of that. But I didn't like that one as much.
Have you looked at her top? Because she had a ranking of her top 10 ones, I think it was.
It wasn't in her favourites, I know that. Because I saved her favourites. But they do it with mirrors as a Marple, and it was a Marple number 6. And I didn't like that as much. And I felt guilty because I was like, oh no, what if I don't like an Agatha? I felt like I cheated on her. Yeah. But then I liked The Body in the Library, which was last month's one.
It's all taste, isn't it? It's not like, I suppose it's not that you didn't like it, you didn't like it as much as some of the others.
I'm still a Poirot girl.
I know, me too. I have to say, I like Miss Marple, but who doesn't love Poirot? Like, he's great.
I liked A Murder Is Announced, and that was my best Marple, and I read that last year. I think I might have read that when Alice was around, but I liked that one, and that was my favourite Marple. And I think I liked The Body in the Library because that did keep me on my toes, and that was quite fast paced. But they do it with mirrors. No. I don't know what it was. It was just no. Pro all the way.
What's
Let's chill with
what's
our
the
girl.
basic premise of they do it with mirrors? Is it? I'm assuming it's something to do with a magic trick because
Yeah,
that's all I can think of.
a bit of a like you get led different ways, but it was not one that's going to stand out to me, you know.
Yeah,
So
is it a Marple book?
Yeah, it's Marple 6, but apparently I think someone said to me Marple got better as her books because A Murder Was Announced was one of her later part Marples, and I enjoyed that. But then, like I said, The Body in the Library was her third book, third Marple, and I really enjoyed that. That was another one.
Thing is, she's such a prolific writer. You're not going to like everything.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Berna said that she doesn't think Alice they do it with mirrors much either. Thank God. Thank God.
Well, I've only read I read Sparkling Cyanide when I was younger, and
Did you remember liking that? Because I haven't read that yet.
I don't remember whether I liked it. I don't remember. I know I read it, and then I'm probably about 14 at the time, and then I read And Then There Were None.
Oh, I like that. That was really good.
I was like, right, if I'm going to start reading Agatha Christie, I'm going to start with the book that everyone seems to think is the best one. So, because that's the thing, you really need to start with the very best.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was like, okay. A lot of people say And Then There Were None is their best book.
That was a really good book.
I really thought it was great, and you can see why it's held in such high esteem. But I actually think I preferred The Murder of Roger Ackroyd purely because the structure of the book was so clever.
I know, I love The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Like, I loved Charlie rated it, I think 4.5, and at one point she was dilly-dallying on it. But I really loved that, and I love the fact that Jem likes it as well.
Did you guess any of the? Have you been ever good at guessing who it is?
No, I am no good. I'm never any good.
I guessed with The Murder of Roger Ackroyd.
Did you? Wow, I didn't.
And I think it's purely because of the way it was structured. And I was like, why has she structured it this way? Like, why? Like, and then I was like, maybe. And I was like, no, maybe not. Maybe I'm just being like trying to reach for something that's a bit out there. And then as it got on towards the end, and my suspicions were just getting like towards the very end, really, I was like, Miss Christie, I think
it was so good. Like, I feel I'm always I don't know. I'm always tempted at the moment. I said to Charlie, I'm confused because I don't want it to be my favourite over the Five Little Pigs, because Five Little Pigs was just incredible. Five Little Pigs, I remember talking to Alice about it at the time, going, oh my God, this is like the best Agatha ever. This is like the best murder mystery ever.
So what makes a good one for you then?
It's got to be the pacing, but it's got to be the characters as well. I like plot, but I'm such a character-driven reader, aren't I? You know that with my reading. I have to like the characters, or even if I don't like them, I have to hate them. There has to be something about the characters.
You have to feel something about them, whether it's you like them or hate them. You have to feel something about them. Yeah.
You don't want to be ambivalent. I don't like being ambivalent.
Well, if you're ambivalent about character, it means they're not very well written, usually.
Exactly. And I think I've got to have the twists that are really good, but they're fun twists, and it's got to be fast-paced. With the mysteries, I love fast-paced mysteries. So I think The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, the writing was just, oh my God.
Yeah. I think for me, I think what surprised me a little bit, I suppose, is that I do often think, now, don't hold this against me because I like mysteries, right? I like a mystery book, but I often think I go for a mystery generally because I want plot, because I'm a very plot-driven reader,
yeah, you
right?
want plot, aren't you?
I don't go for mysteries for necessarily for characterization. I always think, how much work goes into building the characters. But when you read that, the Murder of Roger Ackroyd particularly, the characters in them were so good. The sister of the Doctor particularly, I thought was a brilliant character. I could see her being in like, a Barbara Pym or a Jane Austen novel. She was so like brilliant, like the village gossip.
Yeah, loved it.
So good. So yeah, I think Agatha Christie's character work is great. She's so like, really good. And it has to be, doesn't it? Because you have to, like, these characters have to have motivations and they have to have background. So you have to be believable. So because you have to like the detective, you have to get to know them and pick apart their motivations and their things. And it's all very clever. Very clever.
I think it's done so well. I think that was why that book just wowed me. That's why that's the book I wanted to talk about always the most, because it's not just the one you read the best one to pick out of the three of them. You literally picked the best one to read, Jack. It was just incredible.
I don't know why I picked that one particularly. I think it's because I could get it out of the library. But I think it did have higher ratings as well. Berna's just saying that the sister is the inspiration for Miss Marple.
That's actually quite, because didn't she write Poirot before she wrote Marple, I believe?
This is a very early Poirot, even
Yeah.
though in the book I was confused. I went and had a look. It's like an earlier Poirot. It's like the fourth one, I think.
Yeah, no, I've got it down here. It's the sixth one.
It's confusing because he's retired in the book. So
Yeah.
that's confusing.
I found it confusing as well.
So I don't know what the timeline is with this book. Like, did he, you know, like, I don't know the full history of him as a character.
No,
Did she think she was going to retire him? Was it just a little device for this book? I don't know. So anyone who knows a bit more about it.
Yes, we'd love to know. We would love to know.
Yeah, I really would.
But I just think it was just done so well, and I think that's what I love. Like, I'm looking at these, like, the next 3 books are all Poirot's.
What are the next 3 books?
So we've got Parallel Anthouse, which apparently, like I said, I've read it, even though I don't remember reading it. I think I do remember Alice telling me to read it, but I didn't know that I'd actually read it last April. But that was at the time when things were a bit...
Yes.
I don't know. My life was a bit chaotic at that time, so I don't remember much about what I read.
The thing is, as well, though, Em, you read a lot. So I don't know how you remember. I don't remember half the books I read, and I read about a quarter of what you read.
Yeah, I read.
So, like, and this is where bad memory comes in handy for mysteries, because I never remember.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is I'm going to reread it, and I probably won't remember any of the twists anyway.
I've watched so much Agatha Christie on TV, right?
I'm not.
Films, TV, like, watched so many, and I could watch them over and over again, and only, I suppose, Murder on the Orient Express, and I think that's about the only one that I ever really remember the ending to.
Well, that's going to be a bit fun, because we've got February is Parrot End House, which is Poirot number 8.
Yeah.
The ABC Murders is March's book, and that's Poirot 13. And Charlie's joined me on that. I know Charlie wanted to read that one, and that's one that Alice definitely loved. No, there was no ratings, but I remember that was one that we got talked about. And then Murder on the Orient Express is April's one,
which is a great book. I mean, I'm saying great book. I don't think I've ever read the book. I've only ever watched the films. And yeah, I don't. But my mum's favourite Poirot was always David Suchet, so I like a bit.
Oh, Poirot, David Suchet. I don't even know, but I know that obviously everyone.
A friend of mine lives in the house that's like the mansion, the 1920s Art Deco block that was filmed for Poirot up in Highgate.
I need to actually find that on TV somewhere. I need to be able to find to watch some of these. So apparently, Cheryl loved ABC Murders and Murder on the Orient Express. So that is a very good sign that Cheryl's loved both of them.
Yeah, I think I need to pick up more, just because I've wanted to read more. Since Alice passed away as well, I've like I need to get back into the Christie reading, because I started it before, and since she's not been here to talk to about it, I've been like, oh, but we can all talk about it. And it's like, since reading Cloud Cuckoo Land, I've been a bit more like, no, we should be reading her favourites.
That's what like I'm reading currently, not an Agatha at all, but it's the Henry VIII book, and it's the Heart and the Crown, which is the last book she bought me for my birthday last year. And obviously, I love my Tudors, and Alice knew I wanted that book. She knew how much I wanted that book. Let's be honest, last year, how much did I rave about wanting that blooming book?
Yeah, I know. And this is the thing, it's like you got these gifts, and they're gifts from her, really, because actually, I have to say, I've had my whole life to read Agatha Christie, and like I said, my mum loves Agatha Christie. She's got loads of books in her house, and I never picked them up, and actually it was Alice's inspiration to really pick them up. So yes, so it's like little gifts from her, isn't it?
Yeah, we are doing that. Charlie's just said hi to everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. Oh, Berna said Agatha wanted to end Poirot earlier, and that's why he's retired in this one. I imagine she probably was like, much like Ellen Montgomery with Anne Shirley, she probably didn't want to keep writing about him. But she was forced to, because he was so popular. It's like Arthur Conan Doyle having to bring Sherlock Holmes back from the dead,
Charlie, I don't know if you can see it, because I can't remember if I'm sharing these chats, because I don't know if I'm doing it right. But Charlie, Cheryl said hi as well. The comments are coming up.
They can see each other's. Don't worry. They'll be able to see.
That's cool. That's fine. Everything's fine. But no, I think that's why I wanted to do this project. Like I said, I think my decision was because me and Alice were talking about Agatha when she was around, and certainly last year, the year before last, whatever, we were talking about when she gradually got me into them. And I started buying the Agatha because she was always raving about them. And I don't like thrillers, but I like mysteries. And this is the big thing that's changed with me, is that I now no, I don't like thrillers, but I like mysteries, cozy mysteries, and it's got to be cozy mysteries. So like you like the Thursday Murder Club, and I've got the first 2 books in the series. You think they're all right?
They are, and this is the thing. People think of them as cozy, but I heard the most amazing thing today as well. But I'll talk about it later with the Thursday Murder Club. But I don't think they're that cozy because the things that happen in them, I don't know, are they? Maybe they are cozy.
Are they gory? As long as they're not gory.
They're not gory so much, but there are some nasty characters in them. However, the main characters are so good and they're so funny. And so I heard this amazing thing today. And you watch Olivia's Catastrophe, don't you?
Yes, I love Olivia.
You know, Olivia's favourite author at the moment is Sierra Simone.
Oh God, yes, she rose up Sierra Simone.
The spicy books.
Yeah.
Right. So I remember like watching that, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of the spicy book, as you know.
Yeah.
I was like, but she raved about them so much. I was like, I feel like I might have to read one of these books. But anyway, so I was listening to Richard Osman's podcast today, and they were talking about the fact that one of the listeners to the podcast messaged in and said to him, oh, your books are mentioned in a Sierra Simone book, right? Because one of the characters in one of the Hot Priest books that she writes is reading the Thursday Murder Club, and it's and it's a description of him to make them believe that he's a nice person because he reads these cozy mysteries. So it's how, and so Richard Osman, the woman who does the podcast with him, she's like, I've read it just to find out where this is. And she said, and this is where this character's brought up, and they're saying how nice and lovely he is, and the fact that he reads the Thursday Murder Club is showing that how nice and lovely he is, right? Like, he's a very kind, lovely character. And so Richard Osman said, and she went, wouldn't it be amazing if you had Joyce, because I could see Joyce from the Thursday Murder Club, one of the characters, totally reading Sierra Simone books. And he was like, you know what? I'm nearly at the end of the next Thursday Murder Club book. I'm just writing it now. I'm nearly at the end of it. I might go back and put that in.
What? So he's so cool. I love the idea that overlink it over. That's so cool.
So he's like, wow. He says, you know what? These books sound exactly like the cup of tea, because one of the characters, she's so funny. And it's like, yes, she would probably pick that up if someone recommended it to her. And so he's going to have her. He says, yeah, I'm going to go back and put it in. He says, as long as these books aren't like, politically incorrect or anything.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with that, yeah.
And I was like, who better to vet them for him than Olivia? Olivia, she contacted.
Yeah, Olivia's brilliant.
Well,
Olivia actually does read the Agatha. Actually, Olivia's actually one of an Agatha fan as well. Just because she's not been enjoying like these set books, she always comments. Olivia's like one of our. She's like an unofficial one of our group, isn't she? She's one of us, definitely.
Olivia, yeah, she's very nice. And I was just thinking, I should tell her, contact Richard Osman just to let him know that you're a huge fan of these books, and that if he referenced them in his books, he wouldn't get any trouble for it. Like,
that's so cool. She would love that. But she's been reading something. But Bernard's just put down that she's reading the Dexter series with Loretta, and the series was recommended by Alice, and she likes the fact we've talked about them. And
I watched Dexter. I never read it.
Yeah, it's not into me, but I do remember Alice talking about it.
I loved the TV show, apart from the last season, that was terrible.
And Angela's she loved the Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile. I did read Death on the Nile. That's why I've not got that on the project, because I did read that a while ago. And Michelle Lynn Reed, Michelle's put that she loves Joyce in the third team. I've got to read the first one.
She's so funny. You've got to read them. In fact, I've got the first one. Where is it? Yeah, I won the first one in my first ever giveaway that I ever won on anything.
Wow, that's so cool. I've got the first 2. I just need to collect the other ones. But I need
to look. Good.
I need to look at the colours of them. I know what I'm like with the titles. So I've got the first 2, the red and the blue, but I need the green and the other ones. But I need to look for them everywhere.
I can't wait for the TV show. So yes, so Thursday Murder Club, if you like a good cozy mystery.
Yeah, that's what
Charlaine Harris I absolutely love as a mystery writer. I'm a huge
Charlaine Harris, because I know Ange raves about.
I'm a huge Sookie Stackhouse fan. Ange and Amy did the we did the what did we call it? Oh, out of the coffin read along.
Yeah. I don't know if you need to read them in order, do you? That's what I need.
You do need to read them in order. You do. There's 13 books, and they're very quick. They're very fast paced. Like I can read one in it like a day easily.
That's cool.
They're really fast. fast paced, and that they're so funny and they're so well plotted. They are a bit spicy, actually. So when I say I don't like spicy, I don't
like
go
some
for it.
spice,
If it happens to be there and it's a good story anyway, fine. But I don't read books for that, obviously. But then, but if a book is advertised as that, I tend to steer clear of it, which is a bit silly, really, because it's a good book.
I think we'll chat to you guys on the group and that later, and I'll double check with Andrew and find out
And
what
also,
the first one
you
look
don't
for.
think spicy with cozy, do you? You don't think
No, you wouldn't think spicy with cozy, but spicy with cozy would work, actually. It would work quite nicely. Michelle reckons I definitely like the Thursday Murder Club. There's the Marlowe Murder Club or something else that Kirsty was talking about. I've kind of gone off track with her at the moment, but I've just been so busy. I can't watch everyone. I'm trying to watch as many people as I can, as much as I can at the moment, but life is.
Many can. But yeah, I do like the Charlene Harris. She does the Sookie books, but she also does the Harper Connolly ones, which is like another paranormal investigator. She's psychic. She's psychic. She's a medium. She speaks.
I probably wouldn't necessarily like paranormal. I'm a bit funny with that.
The thing is, if you like fantasy, which you are starting to like,
I do like fantasy.
I think you would enjoy them, especially the Sookie Stackhouse books. They're brilliant. But the other ones are the Lily Bard mysteries, which is another investigator. So she does write a lot of mystery. Aurora Teagarden.
I am seeing the Charlene Harris ones around. I'm seeing them quite around in the charity shops and that. I need to find which one's the first one and then go from there.
Yeah, that's the thing, because they need to be read in order. Like Aurora Teagarden with her first mystery series, and she's a librarian. Librarians make great detectives.
Oh, they do, don't they? They really do. Yeah, definitely. Oh, we like the library. This is where Charlie's still around. Charlie's a librarian, part-time librarian. Anyone that works with books.
Yeah, well, this is it. Alice as well, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, she was our little librarian.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe we've been online for nearly half an hour. We've only got another 15 minutes.
It goes quick, especially if you listen to me waffle on for ages.
And you thinking you didn't know what you'd say because you only read one of the Agatha. Come on.
Well, I could talk about other books till, the cows come home.
And we can also talk about which ones we're going to be reading and which ones you're going to want to read out of all of them. So,
but yeah, because this is it. I like a cozy mystery. My favourite mystery genre is historical mystery.
Yeah, see that is. I've got actually. This is something interesting. Oh, going away from the screen. Something that you guys would be proud of. Charlie's just said she's not a part-time librarian, but she does volunteer. Hey, Charlie, you volunteer there, you count. So this is a book that I picked up from the charity shop near us, which is The Poison Treason, which is another mystery, but this is a historical fiction mystery. But I picked it up because the lead protagonist in this is an Emily.
Oh, very nice.
So it's got a lead character called Lady Emily Ashton, which, if you pick up one of these, will work for one of the prompts in my Bronte readathon.
Oh, very good.
Just to give you a sneaky peek, because I had thought of that. There's a prompt coming up that the word Emily you might come and put in it.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, but this is historical fiction mystery, and this is set in around about the time of Louis the 14th and Marie Antoinette.
Oh, very good. Very nice.
So this was actually quite an interesting version of that. And it's got Anne Perry. So I found this at the charity shop near me where I work. And like I thought it said, it's mystery, but it's historical fiction. And I like that when it's a bit of a crossover of the genres.
It's the best. Like, my favourite historical mysteries have got to be the Shard Lake books.
Yeah, because you talked about those.
They're amazing. Oh, you know what? I can't believe you haven't read a Shard Lake book and you're a Tudor fan.
Because haven't you given me one of them?
They're literally they're Tudor books.
You've given me, I think you gave me Hearsay on one of the other ones.
That's the S.J. Paris, and they're also Tudor books. But the Shard Lake books are amazing. The first one, I can't remember what the first one's called. I've got it over here somewhere. Anyway, they're so good that they're just the level, the attention to detail and the historical detail. So he is a lawyer who works, and I think Thomas Cromwell gets him to go and investigate one of the monasteries. There's been a murder at one of them. They're dissolved. It's called dissolution.
Yeah.
So they're dissolving the monasteries, and he goes to investigate a murder at one of the monasteries. It's all very not War of the Roses. What's that one? Oh gosh, what's that other historical mystery that's really famous? Something Roses. Anyway, but yeah, it's very, very good. And so he goes to investigate that, and they're all the books are really. They're so well written. They're so fast paced, and they're just the historical details great. So they're very good.
You need to let me know what the first one is and what to look for. You know what I'm like. Look,
do it. You got to do it. You like Tudor books?
Yeah, I do like Tudor books. Like I said,
so
I'm reading that one at the
moment. He ends up working for after Henry VIII dies, he ends up working for Elizabeth I as well and stuff. So it's like,
then that could be good. See, I'll tell you who else I like that mysteries, and that's historical fiction kind of mysteries, and that's the Eve Chase ones.
I don't know them.
So this is the Birdcage. We've got the Glass House. I remember someone got me the Glass House once. And they're historically fictiony mysteries.
When they're quite good.
They're all standalones, but again, they're all like the similar sort of things. So they're set partly like dual timelines. You know the dual timeline thing, and you go back to past, and there's a mystery that goes into present. And
yeah, I like a dual timeline.
Yeah, I love the dual timeline. We do like that, but yeah, I've definitely got those. Looking at my March, my Doodle books, my books for March, and I'm thinking I don't think any mysteries.
Also, if you want cozy mystery, then you should do fantasy mystery crossover books. You know,
fantasy mystery. Now that would be
good. So you can do any of the Guards books in the Terry Pratchett Discworld series.
Like I said, Terry Pratchett was one I'm going to be nagging you about because I've got loads.
The City Watch books are the Terry Pratchett mystery books because they're basically mysteries, yeah, and they're set in a fantasy world, obviously. And then Jasper Fforde, who writes the Thursday Next books. Thursday Next is his detective. She's called Thursday Next, and she's a literary detective, and she investigates crimes in books. And the first one is the Eyre affair because she has to go and I think Jane Eyre goes missing. I can't remember, but yeah.
Now that I would like Jane Eyre.
They're so good. Do them. They're good. And he's got a spin-off series called the Nursery Crimes books, which his detective is Jack Spratt. And he goes to investigate crimes. So the first one's called The Big Over Easy, which is a reference to Humpty Dumpty falling off the wall, and Humpty Dumpty's been murdered.
I just need to go. I need to chat to you. We need to have a chat when we're not both busy and go through a list of things I've got to go and look for.
We definitely need to look for those. I love a bit of Jasper Fforde. In fact, I should read you the Jasper Fforde the blurb of one of them one day because they're just so funny. They're so funny.
Anything next to Jane Eyre or anything like that, that would have me as well. I'm like,
yeah, they're very good.
But I think, talking about this, isn't it fun that we're reading all these books and we are thinking about them? Because, I thought I'd look about like I said, I'm going to compare the ratings of everyone's that I said. I said at the start that I looked at my ratings, I looked at Alice's, and I've got most of them. So obviously, The Murder on the Orient Express, she rated it 4 stars. But I remember someone said, Bernard said to me, it wasn't on Alice's favourites, but I remember that was one she was loving more. And I think something was going on with that. She didn't reach the top 10, but it was very close. She'd reread it and she liked it more on the reread.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Do It Ramirez we didn't know. I think, like I said, Bernard said she didn't like it. The Body in the Library, Alice only rated it 3 stars, but I rated it 4. But I tend to rate higher than other people. But this is what's interesting is the fact that Alice rated Peril at End House 4 stars, and apparently I did the same thing. Apparently, when I originally, not that I can remember reading it, which is really bad. There's no ratings of either of us on the Poirot on the ABC Murders, but Cheryl said loved. Murder on the Orient Express was Alice rated 4, and I remember her loving that. We all loved that, didn't we? By the way, you just set Berner off. Berner's got a load of mysteries you want at Berner's.
I also recommended for Berner. I wonder if she did. She might have read them already, but I think for my my Christmas thing when I recommended books for people, and I think for Berner I'd put Murder Most Unladylike series, which is brilliant. If you like, I mean it's a middle grade, but if you like Mallory Towers,
that's one I would like as well.
If you like Mallory Towers and you like Agatha Christie, you're gonna like Murder Most Unladylike. Because
I have heard that series as well. I think I remember you talking about that series.
It's so good. They're like little schoolgirl detectives. They set up a detective society in their boarding school and they investigate murders. And the first one's set as a murder in the school, and the next one they go home for the holidays to one of their houses because she's daughter of a lord. So they're in a country house and there's proper country house murder mystery. It's very good.
That's so cool. I love that idea of the whole why all young adult mystery ones. So I think they're really good. They can be really, really good, can't they?
Mysteries are super popular with young kids.
Definitely.
they're one of the most popular genres at the moment in middle grade fiction is mystery. So, and they're selling like hotcakes, and like people are lapping them up, and adults are enjoying reading them too. So you've got like the Murder Most Unladylike was like the one that really kicked off the resurgence of middle grade mystery. But there's these books by M.G. Leonard, who does those train mysteries. Have you seen them?
Not yet.
They're based on Murder on the Orient Express, but it's different trains, different places. I think you'd probably really like them, actually.
Oh, that definitely sounds like one of them. Like Charlie's put down. Jack always knows our taste and picks the best book. Definitely very dangerous. Yeah, we already know like Jack's dangerous because she knows us all too well. Cheryl's put brilliant recommendations. You've added more books to Bernard's TBR. This is what I love though. Is
I never think of myself as a mystery reader, but then actually I really am. I love a mystery.
What are you going to do to my bookshelves? Because like every birthday or Christmas, you've added another series to my list. So you set me.
That's the problem, isn't it? When there are series.
You set me up with the tea rose that you got me blooming for Christmas the other year, and I read that. And that was that. What was that? Loved it.
So good though, right?
Now I want the series.
Yeah.
I don't even need to put books on my Amazon wishlist because you know what I like. This is what true friendship is.
The problem is trying to get stuff that you haven't already read.
That is the problem. I've still got the Small Island you got me, and I wanted like my nice pretty copy of that. I've got to read that. But you know us too well. This is what makes a good friend. I think you do know us all so well. You're great at recommending books.
Oh, thank you. I like to try and be good at recommending books for people. It's one of my things. I feel so you know when like I did that video where I recommended all these books for people,
and
I was chuffed to bits because two of the ones that I recommended for some people were like they turned up in their best of the yearbooks, and I didn't know they'd already read them. I just picked them. I was like, I think you'd like this one. You might have already read it. In which case, I don't mind if they'd already read it. If it turns out they'd already read it and loved it, I'm like, that's fine. I'll take that because it means I've picked a good one.
Oh, brilliant! But didn't you picked for me the Midnight Library, and I'd already read that, but I loved it. And then How to Stop Time, and read that and loved that.
Yes.
So it is quite funny that you do know us all, and you are great. But then you got me into middle grade. If you think about it, it's actually down to you that got me into middle grade. It was you.
I'm surprised. I thought you were reading middle grade already.
I didn't know as much, but now I literally, if you look at my middle grade and certainly fantasy, I know obviously, like I think who was it that got me into fantasy? That was Gem a bit that got me into fantasy. But middle grade fantasy, you kind of got me into quite a bit, and I love middle grade fantasy. Well, you started me on the Aveline Jones ones, didn't you? And I read the whole of that series and I loved it.
That's a great mystery series.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my God. But that scared the bejeebers. That's mystery horror.
They're like ghostly mysteries. And I like normal mystery, ghostly mystery. I mean, mystery just in general. All books are mysteries, really.
Yeah, that's what.
Isn't that true?
Yeah, exactly. Very much so.
Well, they should be. There should be some mystery in a book. You don't want to know everything at the beginning.
Oh,
There's
God.
Something going on that you need to find out about. You know.
Well, I think historical fiction can be very much mysteries as well. Because I love that. There's always like a mystery in the bits in that. I've got Liz Traynell books, and I swear to God, it looks like there's mystery in that.
See?
And I love that. I love the way that links up.
Do you like a police procedural, like a police detective?
Not so much. I don't really like those as much. I like more like the Cozy Murder Mystery, the older protagonists, the ones that see like obviously one of our own, Charlie from Charles Heathcote. He's got his second murder mystery book out this month. Mistakes Mean Murder, and oh my God, you would absolutely love that. Charlie's mystery books I love. Like obviously I was a beta reader. Me and our Charlie were both beta readers for Charlie's books, and oh my God, they are Jack, you will love them. That humour, Charlie's humour.
Well, Charlie is very funny. Yeah, he's very amusing.
He's hilarious. He's brilliant. But I'm not just promoting him for everyone's sake, but yeah, like when we talk about mysteries, you kind of got to include Charlie.
Yeah. Why not? That's the thing as well, though. Like with booktubers and author tubers, I only buy and read their books if I think I'm going to probably like it. I never take an advanced reader copy off of them.
No, I wouldn't. I think I did.
No, I won't. I won't even beta read for them because I'm just like, you know what? what if I hate it? I don't want to talk to you about it because I had that happen to me.
Really?
Yeah, an author on YouTube. Gosh, I think it was like my second year, and he was recommended to me by someone who I really trust their taste, right? And I read the book, and I was just like, I really don't like it. Yeah, I really don't like it. I don't like what he's done. And it's not just that I don't like it. I don't think it's particularly there. I think there are issues with it. Now, I don't want to say it's not good because clearly other people might think it is. It might be just my taste. But in terms of what I thought were issues in the plot, like holes in it that I couldn't get past, and I did have the discussion with him. I was like, look, just to let you know, what's going on with this, and what happened with this, and why this. Like, so we had the chat. Could you mind if I ask you a few questions, if you could clarify a few things for me? And he did, and he was very sweet. And I said, look, I'm going to put out a review, but these things don't work for me. So if you're all right with me saying that, I'll put the review out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be dishonest and just say it's great.
No, you can't. I think I try not to. Charlie was just saying that she didn't do the beta reading. I didn't know because she couldn't at the time cope with the extra Alice's at the time, which is fair enough. But she said Charlie's a good writer and put hearts. Charlie's the best in his books always. I think for me,
I trust your taste in it though. I really do. But
yeah.
what I mean is, like, I would if I was going to read one of Charlie's books, I'd buy it and read it, and then I'd say, "Oh, I read one of your books." If I liked it.
I was lucky that Charlie actually sent me his books years. This when he first started off with the Alice books. He was lovely. He sent me them, and I read them without. He didn't send me them and ask me to. He just gave me a gift. And then I bought some of them. And I think I actually bought his first mystery, and then he asked me to be to read the second one. He asked me to be to read the last Royally Doris book, and he asked me to be to read the poetry. The poetry I'm not as good at because I'm not very good with poetry.
I'm no good at poetry.
No, I'm no good. But I was able to be to read and go, that kind of did that, and that was it, did that. But I was reading it going, I can't wait to get the new copy. I can't wait for the actual buy the whole.
To be honest, I think I'd be a good beta reader because that's different from reviewing.
Yeah, it is because beta reading you can go through and go like that was nitpicking.
Yes,
and go
that's when you're giving them critical advice pre-publication. To say, I didn't quite think this character had much depth to them, or I wasn't sure why this happened in the plot. It wasn't connected very well, or you give them actually, like you're saying,
constructive criticism, isn't it?
So they can go and change it. Like a review is like once it's published and out there. You're like, I
am struggling. I've got a book that I've got a review tomorrow for like a Love Book Tour book, and I'm gonna have to rate it 4 stars because that's the lowest you can give it on thingy. But it's not for me, and I'm not a massive fan, so I'm really struggling how I'm gonna word my review and what I'm gonna do with it.
What are you reviewing it on?
It's I've got to review it for Instagram and for Amazon.
Is it for what are they called? Tandem.
No, it's a Love Book Tours.
Oh, Love Book Tours, right.
And they're all independent authors. That's why another reason why I'm even more careful how I do it.
But this is the thing. So when I get contacted quite a lot, you must do as well, by independent authors, emails asking me to read their books. And I've said yes to one recently, but that's because I went and had a look at the sample on Amazon, and it sounded like a really good book. But I just said to them, look, I don't think I've got, and I don't really have time to read lots of things that people send to me because I've also got other things that I read. I do reviews of children's books for that other website.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So and I don't like a signed reading, so I do those reviews because that's a website for teachers, and that they like the publishers send those books to us to review as teachers for other teachers, right? So I do that as a public service, but when people send me their books to review, and I do think indie authors need all the support they can get. However, I don't always have the time, and what I say to them is, I'll take a look at your book, and if it's something that I think I'll probably be interested in, I'll buy a copy and I'll review it.
Yeah.
Because that will help them by buying the copy, and then if I don't like it, I've bought the copy. They've had the sale, but they won't have an awful review from me.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of regretting this one I got because it's experiences with a blind student, so it's for my disability thing, and me and my disability rep. And I think how I'm probably going to word it is it's informative because it does talk about all the experiences of being blind.
Sorry.
But it's okay. But it's not necessarily a story, and that's where I'm struggling. So I don't know how I'm going to word it.
But you can say that. That sounds perfectly legitimate.
Yeah, I think I can rate it like that. So I'm going to do my review tomorrow. But yeah, but like I said, with Charlie's books, I found it easy because I know that I love I know I love his writing. It's dead easy, but it's definitely a murder mystery kind of thing. I'm going to have to go soon, I'm afraid.
That's all right. I'm probably going to sneeze about 15 times now because I've got the cold.
You say he's lasted 46
Once I start sneezing, it's like, oh.
But guys,
times.
It has been lovely, everyone coming on this. For those of you that won't start, I'm planning to probably do the next one at the end of April. It is pretty much going to be an end of April. I'll try and talk to Charlie because Charlie's got her thing to do. Yes, Jack, please get well soon.
Oh, thanks, everyone. I've got a rotten cold.
Oh, no, you've had it really
hard. My lens is wearing off, you see.
Oh, darling. Oh, Charlie said good luck. Charlie said good job, both of you. Give me an honest review. Right. But yeah, so I'm aiming to, at the end of April, at some point at the end of April, do the next one. I think I've obviously shared the books we're doing, and I think obviously once I've finished In the Body and the Loan, I think I shared the next 3. I did share them on my channel, and then we'll obviously do that. But if anyone wants to see, my reviews are obviously going on to Storygraph. I've gone on Storygraph, not Goodreads now, because Goodreads was a bloody disaster. Storygraph is the best. So if anyone wants to see my rating of the books, you'll do that. I've said to everybody I'm going to be doing weekly book chats, not wrap-ups now, because I think Jem's doing the same thing as well. We're all sort of following Jack's lead and doing weekly chats because it's going to be a dance lot easier. So you'll hear my review of the books as and when I read them.
Good.
And they will be reviews on my channel, and I will be focusing and listening to you as well, Jack, when I talk about my books, focusing on the books that I liked and really loved or really didn't like.
Yeah, this is the thing. It depends what you want to share, right? So if you don't feel like my thing on it all is, I don't often share. I very rarely share books that I don't like.
Yeah,
very rarely. Like I don't do salty reviews and stuff like that because actually I just want to tell people about the books that I think they should be reading. I'm like,
exactly. I think that's more what I want to do. Is talk about the ones that I really like.
Yeah.
I think I want to try and save my time for the focus have my time on the books that I really want to talk about rather than that. So we know that Agatha's wasn't like you'll obviously hear if an Agatha's a 3-star because you won't be hearing much about it. Obviously, the Waffle Group will hear more about what I'm thinking, and if I remember the Peril at End House, you girls will hear it first.
And that's the next one, is it?
Oh my god, I remember that.
That's the next one.
Yes, that is the next one. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Gareth,
Gareth.
Hi, Gareth. We're actually on the end of the.
We're finishing up now.
We're finishing up now, but it's all been on here. I think it goes live on somewhere else, doesn't it? Doesn't it become live, like the chatty bit? You can watch the video at any point.
You can watch the live chat if you watch it on, I think, because I can see the live chat on my laptop. I can never see it on my phone or on my YouTube. But
yeah, I think Chris, he said something about the fact that it takes like 24 hours or something, a certain number of hours for it to go. The live chat, you'll see other points of that. Oh, Gareth, and I've just heard Thomas, so I have got to go. I'm going to end this now. Sorry, Gareth.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Lovely to see everyone in the chat.
Lovely to see everyone. Bye. There you go. And